So the aim is to get you into a property, get you happy in that property, and then you can look after paying off that loan because they have more faith in your profession, to say the least, and they want to look after our nurses and our doctors and whatnot.
Which is great.
Of course.
Yeah. And we love seeing you successful.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's James.
And Louise from the Property Education Company. So today we are talking about how we recently got an amazing offer for a nurse from Queensland to not pay any lender's mortgage insurance and get a better rate at one lender who just particularly looks after nurses. I think you've got to be earning over $90,000 per annum.
Depending on the bank.
Depending on the bank, exactly right. But there are lots of opportunities for professionals in numerous industries to not pay lender's mortgage insurance and borrow a higher amount, therefore getting into a property quicker. So James, what are some of those other professions? One of relevance to you?
So there are many professions, like particularly healthcare and healthcare adjacent. So doctors and nurses. You can also look into different branches of doctors, so radiography and whatnot. Physios, chiros like myself on the side. Also dentists and vets can also apply for having a no LMI waiver, but this is all dependent on the bank.
So different lenders offer different opportunities to professionals, and it's called a professional waiver of lender's mortgage insurance. So always worth asking, because if you're holding off buying into a property because you haven't got 20% deposit, maybe you should consider one of these, because if you're earning enough, it's actually easier to pay off a mortgage than it is to save a deposit. Other professions that will qualify include lawyers, accountants,
some IT professionals, depending on the industry that they're in. There's a wide range, but it's very industry dependent, and you have to meet a certain criteria when it comes to your role. There are even some healthcare adjacent professionals, they won't be able to apply for their no LMI waiver. So it is very dependent, and it is also dependent on the bank you're at. So
that's why you ask a mortgage broker, because we can do all that research for you in the background and find out and give you competitive options.
Yeah, we have to figure out if it's going to be suitable for you firstly, and then we see what we can do to get you what meets your criteria. When it comes to the no LMI waiver, so what does it include? So generally it's up to 90%. So you still need a 10% deposit plus fees, but no LMI means that up to 90% of the loan to value ratio of the property, you'll be able to not pay LMI to the bank. So what does it also include? Some lenders, what they'll do, they'll actually price that interest rate. Generally, as we know, anything above 80%, you will be getting a higher interest rate than what's advertised to a lot of lenders, due to they take more risk taking you on because they own more of your property. They will then price, with a no LMI waiver, your interest rate, depending on the lender, down to 80%. So
which makes a huge difference for you.
Yeah. So the aim is to get you into a property, get you happy in that property, and then you can look after paying off that loan because they have more faith in your profession, to say the least, and they want to look after our nurses and our doctors and whatnot.
Which is great.
Of course.
Yeah. And we love seeing you successful. And one of our nurses, not only last year, purchased her property with the no lender's mortgage insurance waiver, but 12 months later has had an increase in value, has paid some of the loan off and ready to go again and buy her first investment. So there you go.
Yeah, it's amazing what opportunities it can offer someone, especially like young nurses who are looking to build an investment portfolio, young doctors who are just starting out and like wanting to, now that they've got this great income, hopefully, when they're starting out as a doctor, able to buy their first property, as well as a lot of other healthcare professionals, and not even healthcare professionals adjacent, industries.
Yeah. Terrific. So if you want any assistance, don't hesitate to reach out.
Remember, all this is all dependent on the lender. No lender is equal. Some lenders will do one thing, another lender will do another. It depends on their policies. That's why we're always here to help, and always ask us questions. We love questions. There are no stupid questions. Okay? There's just a lot of research that goes into all our answers.
That's true. That's true. Have a wonderful day.
All right, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.